Oh, it is?
It's the red.
It is now.
Oh, we can catch it. Oh, is that? Yeah, it's county maintained. Okay, Bowers and Chris and Mark, no. Vince.
No more recents there?
No, I knew him.
Oh. Good evening. Welcome to today's TPAC meeting. Time is now 4:01. At this present time, we do not have a quorum, so we will proceed accordingly. We will defer the meeting minutes to our next meeting. Do we have any public comments? We have no public comments. Jumping right down to Office of Small Business Opportunity, OSBO. We have the director herself, Madam Pam Green, is in the house with us today. The floor is yours, madam.
Thank you so much, Mr. Black. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll start currently with small local business enterprise. As far as our numbers, we're at a little bit of an update from the actual report. We're at 258 SLBEs. We've increased in the areas of construction services and non-professional services. We currently have 8 pending new applicants and 13 renewing. As of the last goal that was set, which was on Dirt Road Package P, I believe, our office is tracking of open projects for their goals. We're tracking about 7.5 million in SLBE value. Also, the office is always looking for additional SLBEs to be a part of our directory and database as we try to make sure that we are robust for upcoming projects, especially as it relates to the second round of the penny. On May 8th, we're a part of the Scout Motor Supplier event between the Department of Commerce and Richland County to help facilitate that day. That's all I have, Mr. Black.
That's it. Anybody have any questions for Madam Director? All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yes.
Next, we'll jump up. I know I saw Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie Bowers with the comments. The
Good
floor is
afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So before I get started, I want to introduce you all to our new planner. His name is Vince Jackson. He is on this meeting call. So starting next month, he would do the presentation for the comment. I was just filling in until we got a planner. So now we have a planner. So I will pass the torch to him next month. So I will start my report with item A, which is the ridership report. So the total ridership for March of this year was 135,904. The ridership for March of 2024 was 141,309. And that was a decrease of 3.82% compared to March. Also on that same page, on the right side of the page, the previous month comparison. So again, March was 135,904. And the previous month, which was February, that ridership total was 123,860, which gave us an increase of 9.72%. The next page of item A is your average daily ridership. And that report shows on the left side of the chart the monthly ridership for the entire year of 2024. And for 2025, it shows the ridership for January through March. And it also shows the average daily ridership on that report. The next page of item A is the USC ridership. So there were 30,852 total passenger boardings for the month of March of this year. That was a decrease of 10,621 passengers compared to February. The next page, or actually the next page is item B, which is our financial report. And then item C is our DBE participation report. So that concludes my report unless someone has any questions for me.
Any questions for Ms. Jackie's final appearance with us?
I'll be the fill-in when Vince can't do it.
Okay, okay. All
Thank you.
right. Any questions? Thank you, Miss Jackie. Thank you for all your hard work and helping us and
Oh,
informing
thank you so
us.
much. I enjoyed it.
All right, next, we'll move right along down to the Transportation Program Director, Mike Maloney.
I've been counting numbers, but I think you're at 7 right now.
We're at 7 now.
Oh, okay.
We're at 7.
Under quorum. All right, well, appreciate that. I'm gonna start keeping track of how many motorists are on the road. I'm jealous of the comments report, but it's pretty hard to get that. First thing in the packet is the financial report. Got some updates to do on that, as we've been updating other reports. We now have, Atlas Road is no longer in right of way, it's in construction. Broad River Road is in right of way, no longer in design. Well, it's in final design and right of way. We usually change the status for that. Spears Creek Church Road is in right of way, and Lower Richland Boulevard, as the widening, sits in right of way. So that's kind of the update on where projects are at, different than the report that have been moving due to getting the authorization to proceed by the Department of Transportation. And then we are showing in intersections on here, mostly green, which means complete, except for Clemson and Sparkleberry. That is very close to right away, but we haven't gotten that authorization yet. And Hardscrabble Kelly Mill is something getting built along with Hardscrabble, so DOT may, invoice for that. They invoiced us for something for Hardscrabble widening, which we paid, and there was some amount in that that was like over 2 million to go to in-kind services, which the Penny did in 2018 and 2019, did in-kind services, which I believe was relocating the entrance to a subdivision that's on the near the intersection of Clemson and Hardscrabble. Very close, and it was moved and a new road was built, and the Penny observed that, and there was other documents on a bridge crossing as well. It looks like CE&I and testing was provided by the Penny. So I rejected that invoice, but they may have something for the intersection that would be appropriate. Down in special projects, Vista 1 and 2 are complete, but Vista 3 just received an IGA from the city looking for that $4.5 million that remains in the Vista total fund that was approved by council to use the 50 million that's shown on the referendum amount. So we'll finalize that IGA with county legal. And then that indicates they're getting started on the William Street connector, which connects Green Street down to William Street and then takes William Street on over a couple of blocks to another French name. What's the one with the shops in the Vista?
Shops.
You go up the hill to the Capitol. Gervais.
Oh, you're right. I was like, what?
I'm thinking of that. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking so, yeah.
Well, that one and Hugie are just don't, fulfill phonics requirement. Shop Road, extension phase 2. That is in a concept development and 3 concepts have been prepared for a May 28th meeting, was it? May 24th meeting,
It's 24th at
Yeah.
5:30.
5 to 7,
Oh, 5.
5 to 7 at
Minutes left.
Bluff Road Park. I might have that one down here, yeah. Another thing to give to you. So that's Shop Road Extension Phase 2. Kelly Mill Road is one we launched last year, is at position where the preliminary right-of-way drawings are into DOT. So that's nice if we can get through that, get to land acquisition. I'll see how a project moves without any kind of stoppage. Commerce Drive improvements, last month you approved for an amount about $1 million, I believe, all said and done to go to current projects with in the area of the Jim Hamilton LB Owens Airfield. And to update that on this sheet as well, just to show it when it does move to an actual expense. And then neighborhood improvements, we can get into that and move forward. Just to go over some upcoming meetings, we've got, like we said, the Shop Road Extension Phase 2 public meeting, 5 to 7 at Bluff Road Park, April 24th. May 6th, we've got an upcoming update on Broad River Road project to the Irmo Town Council at their town hall. May 6th at 6 p.m. May 19th, we have 2 p.m. Greenways Commission meeting. May 19th, also at 4 p.m. We're back to next month's TPAC meeting. And then we're looking for a date with the county council member for something on Kelly Mill Road, a public information meeting. I mentioned that one is the right-of-way plans went into DOT, so it's a good time now. Schedule a public information meeting on that, taking input from the public. And then another one that'll come up is called the Columbia Mall Greenway. Jackson Creek Greenway is another terminology for it because that's what it's close to. That one, we are in a set of preliminary plans and it'd be a good time to get public input on that project as well as a greenway that's in Richland County outside the city. Projects in construction include the Blythewood widening. It's scheduled for completion this September. Traffic will be moving to the south side of the road, which they built first, which is the south side being closer to where there's a Scout plant being built. And once they get the traffic on the south side, it's 2-lane, just like it is now. The north side is where they'll put the curb and gutter and finish the storm sewer. And there's a water main relocate going on the north side. But due to other projects, there's the Community Road, the south side of Community Road or the south end of Community Road from State Highway 19, Wilson Boulevard, up to the midpoint will be closed for about 1 year due to construction. Because of that, the dealers or the construction of Scout plant will need to continue to have trucking and equipment brought in, so that'll need to use our roundabout. So we met with our contractor and they'll be able to move their resources to get the roundabout done, which is primarily the north side of the roundabout. At night, they'll have to finish the south side of it and then continue programming along the north side. So it was just for the contractor flipping two priorities around. Sunset Drive sidewalk will be fully completed in July of this year. It is open to traffic. It opened a couple of weeks ago, traffic. So the rest of the work is to be done under flaggers. There's quite a bit of sidewalk to put in, so what did they do all that time when they weren't putting sidewalk in on the sidewalk project? They were building reinforced retaining walls, moving water mains and drainage structures and things that were in the way that were on a steep hillside. So they had to shore all that. They removed the shoring now and the retaining walls are holding everything. And so they were able to bring the backfill up and make it safe for motorists. Dirt Road Package O is going through its just closeout stage. So Nathan Ridge Lane, Jackson Road down in District 10, Sarah Matthews Road in District 7, and Howard Kugler Road in District 1 are all complete. Just some punch list items there. Alpine Road and resurfacing, Alpine Road resurfacing and sidewalk improvements were completed. So that's just getting DOT closeout. Atlas Road widening, Phase 1A. They were just doing a wet tap on a 16-inch water main today. I got a nice picture of. So that's as big a wet tap as I've ever done. And just there's a reason for mentioning that with Broad River Road, but that's underway with all the utility relocation right now. Percival sidewalk is under construction. It's a sidewalk across the street from the I-77 side. So closest to all the neighborhoods. And that's from Decker to Forest Drive. Resurfacing package U is been recommended for by staff for award and awaiting approval. Dirt Road Package P is in the procurement process. So that I think has a couple more weeks of procurement before it can be awarded. So resurfacing package U, I guess it's getting awarded. Yeah, look at that. Dirt Road Package P, which is coming up, includes Adam Scott Road, Goodwin Way, Smith Creek Road, and Smith Creek Road spelled two different ways, all in District 10. And then Larger Street in District 7. You know, I think Jeff's trying to make it look like we're doing more here. Projects in right-of-way acquisition. Actually, I typed this up. Broad River Road widening, I mentioned that. We're at about 90 to 95% complete on acquisitions out there. Couple tricky ones left. And the final plans have been with DOT for a while, so haven't seen or heard of any major comments with that. There's a traffic signal to put in on Broad River Road that we're gonna do, and a permanent signal on Pine View. Those are at procurement. Smith Rocky Branch Greenway, the plans were submitted to the City of Columbia and received comments back. Norfolk Southern has approved the plans, but CSX denied waiving the restrictive covenant on the Vulcan property. So we're gonna have to move our design off of the Vulcan property. There was a railroad had a covenant that put limitations on what could go on there. Do not know how or why. So that alternative is underway. Dirt road program, we got a lot of them coming up. We do a pro rata on the dirt roads and on resurfacing. So as we did our pro rata, we realized that on several roads in District 10 needed to be done to kind of balance out the inventory of dirt roads that are there and how many have been paved in that particular district. And it is a good way of ensuring the funds get matched to what needs are out there. So we'll have roads like, Robert McKenzie, Dry Branch Road, Smith Myers Road, Taylor Arch Road, Pralo Road, Ravenbrook Road, Wilson McCoy Road, Wayne McCaw Road. Wayne McCaw being the one I just mentioned, only one in District 1, Amick Lane, Brown Road, Tally Adams Road, Nature Trail, which is in District 9, Phase 1 and 2, and then Fleming Creek Road, Friend Way, H.L. Clarkson Road, Barber Drive, Davis Smith Road, Governor Pond Road, Sam Dubbard Road, and Wessinger Road. That one and Davis Smith Road are in District 7. Governor Pond Road's in District 7. Most of these were up in District 10. And we're trying to do some, so we had actually the last 5 in District 7 there. One in District 1. We're trying to keep the balance going based on the needs of different areas. Spears Creek Church Road widening. We are in right-of-way acquisition on that, as I mentioned. It'll be 5-foot sidewalks on both sides and already integrated into the design, but not enough funds to put the sidewalks in. Penny 2 does have that listed as one of the projects. First project launches is to put those sidewalks on. Spears Creek Church Road is amongst the other 20 projects that are rollovers from Penny 1. Lower Richland Boulevard widening. Still in right-of-way acquisition there. That came in this past early winter. Broad River Corridor. So in Broad River Corridor, we also are in right-of-way acquisition on that neighborhood improvement plan. And in Decker Woodfield, Hunt Club Road and Brookfield Road, our sidewalks, next sidewalks we want to construct there. I believe those will be the final sidewalks in Decker NIP. There is a traffic safety project as part of that as well for crossing Decker, I believe at O'Neill Court. And then we have a long list of projects in design, but I will not list all the projects in design. I will mention in program planning, we have needs for scoring the projects in the 2024 needs assessment. So we're looking to hire a consultant to prepare for the project plan for road widenings and intersection improvements. Will include photos of the projects, maps and images, project descriptions, analyze accident reports, and then also with the intersections getting warrant analysis. So we're looking at doing that with one of our top consultants, and then we'll look for another consultant to help us with the bike ped projects, similar information, photos, maps, descriptions, analyze the neighborhoods for needs and the connection to schools, parking and shopping, analyze fitment and conditions for bike traffic, and then compare that to local studies and plans. So that's something that we would use our 2012 funds for that we have on this sheet that I opened up with under traffic studies plans, where there was 1.5 million and we've used about 150 or 60,000 of that for studies so far. So we look forward to getting this next step done. That's key to knowing what's important out of the needs assessment based on the principles document guidance, getting started on that. There's 3 areas within those 6 subject matters in the scoring that need some help. Outside funding sources, I know Reginald Simmons from the MPO has offered to help ID funding opportunities for projects. Economic development, the city and county can team up with staff in our OET to help with economic development areas and blight elimination areas. Community development at the county can help out with areas that we would like to focus on for blight elimination. So, and help us in our OET out on those particular types of scores. So that's all I have. I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Does anybody have any questions for Director Maloney?
I do. As it relates to the dirt roads, and I know you named a whole lot of roads that are ahead of the ones that are listed under dirt road paving projects 1 and 2. What is involved in the design? Because you do designs first and then right-of-way acquisition?
We do enough design to know what right away we need. If sometimes the dirt road is in a position where it's really close to a building or a historic tree, for instance, something's in the way, and we need to slide it over to prevent that. At times the Penny has looked at that and says it's not feasible. And if that's the case, we would want to come here and get an official taking it through the process to eliminate a dirt road because it's not feasible. But if it is, we would find a way to do that by doing enough preliminary engineering to know that, that needs to be done before we say acquire and go into property acquisition. And, in most cases, it's a ban, provide 50-foot right away for having a paved road. And in most cases, that's still holding true now that most people our residents are opting to do that.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Director Maloney? Thank you, sir. During Director Maloney's presentation, we did have a couple more members join and we now have a quorum. So at this time, we will jump back up to item number 2 on the agenda, which is the minutes from January 27th and March 17th. We didn't have February. Okay, so January 27th and March 17th. Is there a motion to approve these minutes as submitted?
I move that I move that we approve the minutes as submitted for January as well as March 2020.
Is there a second?
On second,
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All those
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Next on the agenda on other business is the 2025 annual State of the Penny update. I will say that following our last meeting, I attended the ad hoc committee meeting the next day, I think. And the letter, no, it had to be a week later. The letter that we approved last time that was distributed to everyone, it did go out and it was presented on ad hoc's agenda as an information item. Administrator Brown approached me at the conclusion of the ad hoc meeting, and we had a very good discussion. And he was supposed to reach out to schedule a meeting for us to go over the State of the Penny. Unfortunately, that hasn't occurred. So there's no update on the State of the Penny, which is disappointing because it looks like it's just getting kicked down the road yet again. I think that if we don't have some kind of direction or answer or something by our May meeting, I think it may be time that we as a committee start just planning the State of the Penny ourselves, so it stops getting the can kicked down the road. Because it's part of our charge the initial charge. We are still operating under the guidelines for penny one, so we'll the officers will meet and discuss some things, and we'll put out something to the committee as a whole before the next meeting. Other than that, our next scheduled meeting is for Monday, May 19th, 2025 at 4:00. Does anybody have anything else before we adjourn? All right, that being said, go ahead.
I do have a question. It appeared that at the last county council meeting, there seemed to be favorable interest in moving forth with the state of the penny. I noticed that you said it was at the ad hoc meeting that there was some discussions thereafter, but no movement since. Was that before or after the county council meeting?
That would have probably been before,
Okay.
because when the last ad hoc meeting that I went to, that's when the letter that we approved at the last meeting, it was on their agenda, and they're meeting again tomorrow. Ad hoc is, so if there was a meeting with, if council took some kind of action or did something between the last ad hoc and now, I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
So I will definitely find out though, and send the committee an update.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else have anything else?
I had one more meeting that I didn't put on there because it's so now. Tonight, there's a meeting at District 8 and 9 Town Hall at North Springs Park at 6 p.m. to 7:30. I bring it up because DOT will be there to talk about Hardscrabble Road. I'll be there to talk about county roads, but county road update, but
Does it seem like it's actually gonna be concluded?
it's been working from each end to the middle, and the middle being the Clemson Road intersection. I think where there's a lot going on with underground utilities, but yeah, it's getting there.
Right. All right, there being nothing else, time is now 4:32. We are adjourned. See ya.